Hey, what's up? Project Phillips is ending June 25th. I already said that in the last episode. I'm going to be very transparent, even though I touched on this in the last episode as well. What happened was I was going about my usual schedule, brainstorming ideas for what I'll talk about in the episode of the day. And then I was like, oh, dang, you know what? I really want to, I want to brainstorm this with like an AI. Um, so I tried, what I've been trying for months is I'm trying to find a tool that could grab the transcripts of all my videos in Project Phillips. I could upload that to an AI and then talk to it. And I found it. It was very cool. I uploaded into Gemini. I started talking. I don't know where it got to, but I was like, oh dang, I could low key end this thing. I was like, dang, okay, because June 25th is coming up, and I checked the time frame from from today or from yesterday to June 25th. I was like, oh, that's a reasonable amount of time to get the stuff I want done, especially since my expectations and ideals for the project ending have grown, matured, changed as the project has grown, matured, changed. Um, but yeah, so that's where I'm at. And I think the way I want to format it is that I don't want to be like, okay, every episode from now on is going to be something towards the end. I think I want to have my regular doses of episodes where I talk about random things, be an AI system like DGM, Darwin Godel model, really cool thing. Or I talk about like something going on in tech or like Apple's conference, which didn't seem that cool in my opinion. Just stuff like that, or I talk about my day, or I talk about my ambitions of the project I'm working on. I don't want to change that, but what I do want to do is that the last 3 to 4 episodes I want to dedicate to the ending of the project. And I think the reason I want to do it instead of just having like every episode be some major thing is 'cause I actually want to give those episodes their due time to make them what they should be. I want to give them the weight, the editing, and just the respect they deserve. I think it's been a cool project. It's been a long project. I think I want to have be a spectacle, be it honor, be it respect, be it like honor and stuff. I really say honor, but like I just wanted to be able to say, okay, hey, this was Project Phillips. I think that that's the idea, especially the editing portion, because editing is probably gonna be the hardest thing here, especially with a job. I'm also trying to go to the gym more often. I went to the gym today. It was pretty nice. Did my back, which is pretty cool. Still getting used to like the form. I think that's my most insecure thing about being in the gym. But this time, since I'm in Chicago, I don't know anyone. It's the most amazing thing ever because I don't have to worry about like being embarrassed. I don't know any of these people, and I'm leaving in like 3 months. And if I do come back, I'm probably not gonna recognize any of these people. So I can have as bad form as I want and iterate instead of being embarrassed. But back to what I was saying. I do have a busy schedule with a job, a project I'm working on, exercise and all of that. And I think I don't want to overload myself with editing, especially knowing that if I do choose to do a montage, that's gonna be hard to do. Uh, but yeah, that's where my head is at. That's where the plan is at. It's also that price thing. I was talking to some friends, some my mom. I had to also talk to my dad about it. About the idea of giving away like $1,000 to $1,500. I'm still trying to figure out the idea. Just to reiterate, is I want people to be able to chase their ambitions like I've been able to chase my ambition. And the idea is to use that money to help people get like an item that can help them in chasing those ambitions. I think there is a flaw in the idea that you need an item to chase that ambition. But I was thinking on one hand, as much as you don't, it's helpful, and that's really meaningful. But on the other hand, I can also account for probably $1,500 isn't a lot to like let's say like 10 people or 15 or 20 people apply. Then like I doubt I could like get something meaningful for all those 20 people or 20 plus people. But if I can format the application in such a way, similar to what people describe the Y Combinator application to be, if I Y Combinator is a venture capital firm that venture capital venture capital for firm that invests in like tech startups, and they have a very interesting application process that actually kind of gets you in the mind frame of thinking of how to actually run your startup. If I can frame the application in a similar way, I could definitely help people fund their ambitions, whether or not they get funded by this. I don't even know if it's a scholarship, but by this Project Phillips parting gift. I think that's the idea. I'm also wondering if I want to do like, oh, okay, here's there's $1,500 or $1,000 up for grabs, and one person gets it with their thing. But then I was talking to people, I was talking to my friends, I was asking them. I didn't give them like a clue about what was the question was for, but I was asking them, was there any item, material thing that you wish you had when you're younger, even now, that could have helped you chase your ambition? And a lot of them, well, I actually only got one good answer, which was like books, right? And there's no book that I think costs like $1,000 that is worth your time. Um, yeah, there's no book that costs I was trying to like think about it. There's none. Um, I think what might be better than is just say, okay, hey, there's like maximum $500. And the reason I put $500 off the top of my head was that I remember getting my first drawing tab. I think it was like 355, and I think that could be really helpful to like an artist out there who wants to try using a drawing tablet with a screen, but I don't want to like limit at 250 because that might not be a really good one. Um, but another thing I also would think, like, I'm such a big fan of laptops. I think every child should have a laptop before they have any other device in their life. Maybe besides the phone, but like a laptop is also a necessity. That I know, like, I think a good laptop, in my opinion, a good coding laptop, and people might debate this, I may be right, is at least like $1,000. I think that's like the issue I'm having. I'm still trying to figure out. Okay, I think, do I like that's only one use case? Maybe you can even like say, okay, you can because I want to do a direct purchase of the item, and just like instead of saying, hey, here's $200 or here's $1,000, I say here's the item, I'll buy it for you, and that's it. Like that's a transaction. Um, but yeah, I'm still brainstorming with that. I don't think that's a matter of rushing anytime soon. The only other thing I have to say, the only other thing is that I think what I also want to do is I want to start wrapping up the Instagram account that Project Phillips has been shared on. I think it'll be a nice wrapping or archiving of Project Phillips itself. I'm also trying to rebrand to have a more creative image instead of having a bunch of folders of just random things that I don't really explain because I'm too lazy. I think that could be a nice way to kind of close it off. So maybe do that as well as like upload some clips for like the first time. Um, I don't think it's the first time, but since a long time, upload some clips from Project Phillips, just discussing. Here's the ending. Here's a cool clip of me saying something really cool. 'Cause I say cool stuff all the time. And then here's the Project Phillips parting gift. PPPG, triple PG, triple PG. Here's the triple P. I don't know that if that's gonna work, but here's the here's the triple PG, Project Phillips parting gift, and all that, and then people can kind of share that, and then you get people to apply. Have a board of sorts to help me sort through it, and just help people as much as I can, and yeah. I think that's where my head is at. I feel back. I think a lot of this was already touched on, but I think a big part about Project Phillips is the aspect or the idea of iterating again and again and again. So even if I said something before, I can improve that slight by a slight increment, and that's still a sign of progress. And I think that's really important. But besides that, though, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.